So today we're speaking with Mike Chapman, who's the Chief Technical and Strategy Officer at WolfRayet, which is a new company that's designing and manufacturing gas catalytic IR powder coating ovens and also some other types of powder coating systems for MDF and heat sensitive substrates. Mike, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Sure, great. Tell us a little bit about the company, how it got started, and all that you expect from it.
Okay. Well, WolfRayet is a company that's been formed to sort of meet this growing demand for powder coating heat-sensitive substrates, which is HDF, MDF, into OSB, plywood, particle board, and of course some species of natural wood. So over the years, the powder suppliers have become very creative in developing some of these really super low bake powders. We're down in the 240 to 265 degrees Fahrenheit sort of range now. So that means we have to have the part in the oven for approximately 6 minutes to get the full cure. And also, at the same time, over the years, since my previous involvement with powder coating wood, we've seen pockets of initiatives, on a global basis, from a handful of coaters, mostly in Europe and some in the US. And they've been pioneering this technology and thriving on it. And their businesses have grown, continue to grow. They've had the benefits of this lower baked powders sort of coming through. And, at the same time, they've seen all the no VOC, the benefits of having not any VOCs given off, and all the practical benefits of powder coating. The old powder coated tough still rings true today, whether they're using it as a primer, a powder primer on wood or MDF products, followed by a liquid top coat, or in fact using it as a final top coat for interior or exterior applications. So,
right.
So WolfRayet is basically was formed to do this, and the only way that we can really show it, how it works, is we decided we had to put production lines or mini production lines in a building here in Gainesville, Texas. So basically we have come up with 3 lines. We have what we call the ultralight, the Galaxy Ultralight, which is a really entry level for less than $100,000. You can get a kitchen cabinet manufacturer can get into the business and get, say, a kitchen set a day, which is typically 40 to 50 pieces between cabinet fronts and drawer fronts in a kitchen set. So they could get that done on a daily basis, and then go up a little to the Galaxy Light, which is just under $300,000, where they can get maybe 3 kitchen sets a day. Depends on the cabinet shops and their production. It tends to run a bit spotty and sporadic with them, but anyway, we have that, and then of course the larger systems, which we've been working with in Europe over my past history, where we're running anywhere from 6 feet per minute up to 20 feet per minute. Wow. Fully automatic powder application, preheat, catalytic cure, and then the next level up. Well, within those automatic guns, we also have to have a means for controlling the powder build on the edges of the parts. That's where a lot of the problems can come in. Not only the curing of the edges, but also controlling the film build of powder on the edges to eliminate pinhole pricks or all kinds of things that start to come in on that. So the plan is to have, and it is now, in fact, the small Galaxy Light is available over my shoulder. It's actually up and running, and we've been running tests for customers. Then we have the system, the Galaxy 6, which is going to operate at 6 feet per minute with all the automatic systems. That will be up and running by Thanksgiving. And then the ultralight will be up about the same time as that. The ultralight. So,
gotcha.
So that's
I was going to say
where WolfRayet is. So at this moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, over the last, it's kind of accelerated where over the last couple of years, the technology, I know the powder coaters have really done a good job. The guns, the equipments have done a good job. And then, like I said, the ovens have done, like I said, what you're putting there with the IR. It all seems to have come together. I know you guys work very close to coatings, but it really is an ultimate time now for those who are interested in getting into low, heat sensitive to really take a look at it now, correct?
Absolutely. And that's why we're like the glue that's going to pull it all together. I think that's it's needed because we can see it, but it's just a little difficult to take somebody interested to stick them on a plane, especially after coming out of COVID, and go and see the European lines, which they're all anxious for customers to come and see and allow us in there, but we really need it local in the U.S. And the other powder manufacturers or the powder manufacturing in general have these options, and we're open to anybody to come in and run trials. And it's really the only way. You've got to bring your own product in. You've got to run it. We've got to, maybe 20, 30, 100 pieces will run down the line and prove the concept. And then they go and do their due diligence and see how it fits in their production. So it's really been, there's a big hole in the market. There's been so much talk and activity about it. And, WolfRayet is going to bring it all together. That's the whole key. Just really work hard at that.
Yeah, I was going to say the big key with it is like I said, having you guys being able to, like you said, where this is very popular in Europe, correct? I mean, it's very acceptable.
Yes.
And like I said, unless you go there, but just to get down to Texas and see how it works and put the hands on and see how it all goes through. And it looks like you guys have built up those test lines there where people can actually run parts and see how it works and get an education in it, right?
And then once we have a 6 feet a minute, that'll do 300 or 400 pieces an hour easily. And then if they want greater production, they can either do a second system, or we can supersize what we have here and go up to 10, 12, 14 feet a minute. Everything just grows just to meet the preheat time, which is typically a minute and a half, and then the cure time typically 6 minutes in the infrared basis. And also just show how this footprint works, and if they have a special area that we want to put this into, yes, we will work with them to help design the line around their existing equipment. Existing footprint, the actual equipment is, it's very difficult to use existing equipment, which we'll get into in a minute. But that's yeah. So that's where we're at. Also on the metal side, WolfRayet is going to be offering gel ovens, pre-gel ovens, booster ovens, because still in the powder coating metal business, 95% of all curing is done with convection, and we believe in the belt and braces approach to curing in metal, where the best idea is to gel the powder or fuse it, and then it goes into the convection. It's typically 1 or 2, 3 minutes to do that, depending on geometry, and then into the convection oven. So now you can increase the volume turns within the oven to get much better heat transfer from the hot air onto the part without blowing the powder around and getting contamination and all the other issues that go along with that. Plus, it's a better use of energy, and it will actually compress the line, make it smaller by doing infrared and convection in a combination.
Right. Yeah, like I said, it sounds like it's something that, especially those powder coaters that are looking at jump into new markets and get into things that really are growing. This is something that they should really be taking a look at and saying, is this for them, and are they ready to, like I said, make that leap into that with that?
Exactly. So on that front, the Galaxy Light product, which will fit in an area about 65 by 30 feet, is ideal for obviously MDF, but it would allow a custom coater to sort of get his feet wet in this emerging market, be able to do kitchen cabinet coatings, whether they're just priming for the local people or doing a finish coat, but also have the ability to run some of their existing metal parts down the line. So they make the investment, but they also they have the backup that, yes, we can put some metal pieces down while we develop the wood coating side of the business.
Right.
So we're trying to make it easy for these people to get in. If you remember back in the early days when powder on metal was coming on, it was a hand operation with a batch oven. And that's how they got, 40, 50 years ago, and how long it was now. But we believe the same principle is going to happen in wood. You're going to have these small, it's not quite a batch because it's an automatic, somewhat of a system moving parts around, but we've made it so one man can run that Galaxy Light and get a kitchen, or 2, 3 kitchen sets out a day. But it is handgun, and a little dexterity is required, but you can get very good looking parts from this line. So that's the concept. So we can make it available to existing powder coating companies.
Right. So like I said, they can go to wolfrayet.com. see all the information you got, contact you, set up a time, try to maybe schedule time to come down and really see, like I said, if this could be something that they could add to all their services, these coding shops that they have now, that they can add this to that.
Absolutely. That's the whole thing. Everybody's from Missouri. They got to come and see it. So we're just going to have it all available, and whose powders they'd like to use. We're not locked into any one powder supplier, but the technology is available to everybody. So the more suppliers into this industry we get, the stronger the industry is going to get. That's the way we're looking at this industry.
Gotcha. Great. Well, Mike, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking time out. And again, it's WolfRayet.com. People can go and get more information. But thank you for telling us more about the company.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you.